The Mercedes-AMG E53 4MATIC Plus Saloon and Estate models offer the full-sized executive segment a rare kind of performance sporting confection. Not only can either body shape sprint to 62 miles an hour in 4.5 seconds to the accompaniment of an emotive soundtrack, but the E53 package also gives you a relatively efficient, mild hybrid engine, and there's all the usual E-Class quality and practicality. The result is a pretty special and rather different sporting executive drive experience, especially in this smarter, lightly updated guise. There's a sense of class, quality and style here that makes these E53 variants almost unique at their price point.
The Mercedes-AMG E53 4MATIC Plus Saloon and Estate models were first launched in 2018 and then lightly updated 2 years later to create the cars that we're going to look at here. The E53 wasn't the first relatively affordable Mercedes-AMG version of the current generation E-Class Saloon and Estate. These 53 variants directly replaced the E43 4MATIC versions of these models. They had a V6 engine and 367 horsepower. Here though, you sense that Mercedes, a falterback luxury division, got itself a lot more serious about developing this car. The switch to E53 status saw a change to inline 6-cylinder power and a power hike to 435 horsepower at the same time as this E-Class variant future-proofed itself with a switch to mild hybrid technology. Add in the smarter exterior look and the higher quality cabin which came with this model's mid-2020 upgrade, and potentially you have quite a desirable performance package. So let's try this estate version and take a look. So can this E53 deliver the full Mercedes-AMG experience? Well, it sounds pretty good on startup. The 4 exhaust pipes deliver a purposeful bark which settles down into a potent hum. You're ready. Before this E53 model's mild hybrid inline 6-cylinder power plant arrived in 2018, there was quite a gulf between the two engines that the Mercedes-AMG sub-brand used for its larger cars. These being the V6 43 unit and the blood and thunder 4-litre V8 of the ballistic 63 series cars. Today, this E53 model's inline 6-cylinder 435 horsepower unit delivers a lot of the performance that the V8 might provide, together with a vastly more acceptable set of running costs thanks to the integration of mild hybrid tech. But you don't want to know about all that, well, not in this section anyway. You want to know how fast this E53 goes and whether it's just a bit of a boat that goes very fast in a straight line but can't do a lot else, as has been the case with AMG engined E-Class models of the past, let's face it. Well, it isn't that. Come to this car and expect it to have the scalpel sharp handling responses of similarly priced but slightly smaller Mercedes C63 and you'll be disappointed, but it's more everyday usable than one of those thanks to the inclusion of an AMG ride control version of the Mercedes Air Body Control air suspension system. Now, this estate variant also has a self-leveling function on the rear axle, plus with all E53 body shapes there are also saloon, coupe and cabriolet options. There's 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive, a 9-speed AMG SpeedShift TCT pedal shift automatic gearbox and an AMG performance exhaust for an authentic sports car soundtrack. You can alter that soundtrack by playing with the settings of the AMG Dynamic Selective Driving Mode system. There's Comfort, Sport and Sport Plus. You have to do without the E63 model's additional race setting though. Dial up Sport Plus and then bury your foot into the carpet and there's a huge rush of pulling power from about 1800 RPM onwards, at which point 520 Newton meters of torque is developed from the potent combination of Borg-Warner electrically driven supercharger and twin-scroll turbocharger. It all makes this car certainly quite quick enough to take on direct class rivals like the BMW M550i xDrive, which is four-wheel drive and uses a V8, or Maserati's Ghibli S, which is rear-driven and uses a V6. Goodness knows how fast this Mercedes would be if it didn't weigh over 2 tons. As it is, rest to 62 takes just 4.5 seconds, and the top speed has to be artificially restricted at 155 miles an hour. Via a provided display screen AMG menu, the driver can call up displays like engine data, a gear speed indicator, a G-force meter and a race timer. Handling isn't quite as tenacious as those rivals I just mentioned, but they can't be had in estate form, and particularly in this station wagon, guys, this E53 feels brilliantly Q-car-like, with reserves of power and traction that are guaranteed to shock drivers in smaller, supposedly more agile sporting cars who are attempting to follow you through a series of sharp turns. All of this is accompanied by various chirrups and a subtle electric whine from the engine bay ahead, while at a cruise, this Merc's straight six settles down into a low rumble. Do you really need to go faster than this in a full-sized executive sports saloon or estate? Well, if you do, the wild V8-powered E63 beckons, but that's almost twice as expensive. Here, there's less of a feel of midlife crisis about the convection that Mercedes-AMG provides, and you can reassure any environmental doubters that the 48-volt mild hybrid tech is playing its part in minimising the pollutive effect as you enjoy yourself. It's all good. The E53 is marked out from humbler E-Class models by a bonnet with 2 distinctive power domes, plus there are large outer air inlets with 2 cross louvres and a smart front apron that's finished either in silver chrome or, as in this case, in high gloss black. There's a proper AMG vertically slatted grille too, flanked by headlamps that feature the brand's advanced multi-beam intelligent light system. In profile, the wings feature turbo 4MATIC Plus badging, and you get AMG side sill panels and rear privacy glass. The aerodynamically optimised wheels are bespoke too, of course, with AMG lettering on the calipers. You get Tantalite grey 19-inch rims with a 5 twin-spoke design on the standard premium model, or you get these larger twin-spoke matte black 20 inches on this Night Edition Premium Plus variant, which also gets a high-gloss black finish for the mirrors and for the waistline trim strip. The key identifying feature at the tail end is the round twin tailpipe trim, offered either in high gloss chrome or black chrome in the case of this Night Edition Premium Plus variant. The pipes sit within this diffuser style AMG rear apron. Both variants get a body coloured AMG spoiler, which is subtly roof mounted with this estate body shape. Inside, the E53 gets a package of AMG specific appointments, luxurious materials and the latest generation MBUX infotainment system. The scene is set by these branded sports seats. They can feature either silver or red contrast stitching if you get them in black, and they're built on by bespoke trimming, either black open pore ashwood or, as in this case, carbon fibre, plus stainless steel pedals and AMG lettering for the floor mats and the scuff plates. There's also a lovely multicoloured ambient lighting system with LED strips along the bottom of the fascia, on the door cards and also along the side of the centre console. That gives the cabin a really special feel after dark. We're not sure that this revised model's new race-style AMG performance steering wheel is much of an improvement, though. It is, shall we say, rather complex, with no fewer than 22 individual touch-sensitive controllers and 2 sliders on its 4 spokes. You're going to have to get the handbook out. As with other E-Class models, the 2 displays for the instrument cluster and the central screen blend beneath a shared glass cover to form the so-called widescreen cockpit. For the 12.3-inch instrument cluster, it's possible to choose between the 3 AMG display styles, Modern Classic, Sport and Super Sport. Now, the Super Sport mode is particularly striking, with a central round rev counter and additional information presented in the form of bars to the left and right of it. The MBUX central infotainment screen, also 12.3 inches in size and presented here with a bespoke AMG startup screen, includes everything you'd expect, including one of the segment's best voice control systems and navigation that uses the brand's clever augmented reality tech. This is effectively a live camera feed of the road ahead, overlaid with house numbers, road names, direction arrows and other bits of information which will help you find your way. Practical issues are as they are with the ordinary E-Class, of course, so let's take a look in the rear. Where passenger space is generous. If the front passengers have their seats at their lowest setting, you might find room for your feet slightly limited, but otherwise these rear footwells are big and broad. The upholstery is supportively contoured too. It holds you in a little more firmly than is usual, although that does mean a little less comfort for anyone who has to sit in the middle here, with legs splayed around this rather prominent central transmission tunnel. Let's move around to the boot, which gets automatic operation for the boot lid or the tailgate. The saloon offers a 540 litre trunk. With this estate, that figure rises to 640 litres, and that's more than you get from any other full executive segment station wagon. If you need to take longer items, then the rear backrest on both the saloon and on the estate model usefully divides 40-20-40, so you can, if necessary, push longer items like skis through without disturbing rear-seated passengers. If you flatten the rear bench using the cargo sidewall levers, then on this estate model, 1,820 litres of space can be freed up. The E53 4MATIC Plus saloon and estate models come in two levels of trim, with prices that are pitched at around £65,500 for the standard premium version and around £69,000 for the plusher Night Edition Premium Plus variant. You can also get a coupe version of this E53 for around £1,200 more, and a cabriolet version for about £6,000 more. Now, in case you're wondering about the price gap to the wild V8 powered E63 saloon and estate models, well, they're priced from around £100,000. You might expect there to be several rivals for these 4 and 5 door E53 models, but at the time of this test there was nothing that was quite the same. BMW has the M550i xDrive, but that has quite a lot more power, 530 horsepower, and it costs quite a lot more money, around £71,500 at the time of this test, and it can be had only as a saloon. The other potential rival we might pick, Maserati's Ghibli S, is closer on power output, 430 horsepower, but it can't be had with four-wheel drive, and also it only comes as a saloon. What about Audi? Well, there's the RS4 with 450 horsepower, which costs around £65,000, but it's a smaller segment car and it only comes as an estate. Audi's more comparably sized A6 range can't really offer anything directly comparable. The S6 is more feebly powered, and anyway, that's a diesel, and the RS6 is directed more at the E63. Jaguar and Lexus, they no longer compete in this segment, and the only other direct rival we can think of, the Porsche Panamera 4S Sport Turismo with 440 PS, costs a cool £96,000. So, to cut right to it, there's nothing else quite like an E53, and if you're in the market for this kind of very fast, full executive saloon or estate, and you've come to a similar conclusion, then you're going to need to know just how generous Mercedes has been with the standard spec. So let's see. As well as AMG body styling, you get 19-inch AMG alloy wheels and an AMG dynamic select driving mode system via which you can adjust the AMG performance exhaust system and ride quality from the AMG ride control damping with air body control air suspension setup. There is also a multi-beam LED intelligent light system for the headlights. There's privacy glass and there's keyless go, keyless entry too. Inside, the Napa leather sport seats are power operated and they're fitted up with red belts and a memory package. Plus you get black open-pore ashwood trim, stainless steel pedals and AMG lettering for the floor mats and the scuff plates. There's also the Mercedes widescreen cockpit package, which bonds together a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with 3 display styles and an MBUX central dash infotainment screen of the same size, the latter with an AMG startup screen and the brand's clever augmented reality navigation system. In addition, there's a 3-zone thermotronic climate control. There is also a wireless charging mat and a parking package too, which includes a 360-degree camera system and it'll steer you into spaces. Stretched to this test car's Night Edition Premium Plus trim, and Mercedes will give you larger 20-inch 5 twin-spoke AMG alloy wheels, a black-themed body kit, rear privacy glass too. Inside there's a 13-speaker, 590-watt, 9-channel Burmester surround sound system, a panoramic glass sunroof and AMG carbon fibre trim. There's also the Mercedes Energising Comfort Package, which offers intelligent cross-linking of all the car's comfort systems. Drivers can choose out of 6 different expert-configured programs for activation and relaxation. Like most premium brands, Mercedes has developed systems which allow you to monitor many aspects of your vehicle from your smartphone. Every E53 comes as standard with the Mercedes Me Connect vehicle monitoring package, and that works via a free app. Now, this reminds you when a service is due, and it can automatically detect and share with you details on your car's wear and tear items. In addition, the app also gives you a one-touch button for fast accident and breakdown recovery, and it will automatically alert the rescue services in the event of an accident. It can even track your E53 if it's stolen. It can tell you if it's left a pre-agreed geographical boundary if you lend it out. It can preset the cabin climate before you reach the car, and it can tell you where the vehicle is if you've gone and forgotten where you parked it. Enough with that, let's switch to safety, which down the years has always been a primary consideration for Mercedes with this car. All the key features you'd expect are present and correct. There's active braking assist, autonomous braking, blind spot assist, that will alert you if you're just about to pull out when there's a vehicle in your blind spot. There's cross-wind assist, that helps to stabilise the car in sudden side gusts of wind, and steer control steering assist, that helps you to keep the wheel straight at cruising speeds. Attention assist will monitor your driving reactions for drowsiness, and the pre-safe program will tighten the seat belts, it'll close the windows and even adjust the seats in a fraction of a second if the stability system deems an accident to be inevitable. There is also an active bonnet which protects pedestrians, and the usual twin front, side and curtain airbags, plus there's a knee bag for the driver. As you expect, tyre pressure monitoring and all the usual electronic aids for traction, braking and stability control are included too. If you want to go further, you'll be given the chance to spend around £1,700 more to get the brand's driving assistance package, which we have here, and which includes a package of key extra camera safety elements, amongst which are features which also give this car limited autonomous driving capability. Let's talk you through all that. The driving assistance package starts with active blind spot assist, which actively steers you back to safety if you're just about to pull out in front of another vehicle. There's braking stuff too, of course. The active braking assist with cross-traffic function feature can help to avoid accidents with vehicles ahead, with crossing traffic, and also with pedestrians, and or mitigate their consequences. And there's active emergency stop assist, which initiates immediate emergency braking if evasion is impossible. There is also an evasive steering assist, which can support you in making evasive manoeuvres if a pedestrian or cyclist suddenly appears in your path, plus a clever route-based speed adjustment feature. Now, this works with GPS data to automatically adapt your speed before curves, roundabouts and junctions. There is also Pre-Safe Plus, which takes preventative measures when a rear-end collision threatens, including warning following traffic and locking the brakes on standstill. And you get Pre-Safe Impulse Side, which better prepares the cabin for a heavy side impact. It uses inflatable bolsters inside the seats, so it puts more space between those inside the car and whatever might be about to smash into it. As we mentioned, the driving assistance package also includes limited autonomous driving capability to suit the mood of the moment. That comes courtesy of the pack's active distance assist Distronic system, which is designed to operate on a dual carriageway and which works with the Mercedes active steering assist setup, which keeps you in the centre of your designated lane and will, if needed, apply some subtle steering correction to ease you back to where you ought to be. The Distronic feature is basically a super advanced adaptive cruise control which automatically regulates your distance to the car in front and can, if necessary, remotely slow the car with up to 50% of stopping power. It also works the active speed limit assist feature, which automatically sets the cruise control to speed limit signs as you pass them. It's all very reassuring. The E53's engine is embellished with a bit of mild hybrid tech, which sees an EQ boost starter alternator motor mounted between the engine and the 9-speed gearbox. It's a key component of the 48-volt onboard electrical system. The mild hybrid system adds another 16 kilowatts or around 20 horsepower of boost to the total power output with 250 newton meters of extra torque, and it's been designed for maximum energy recuperation and the virtually imperceptible restarting of the engine with the stop-start function. There's also a gliding mode which disconnects the engine from the gearbox at a cruise. This powertrain additionally incorporates an exhaust gas after treatment system that's mounted near the engine and a standard fit particulate filter. You shouldn't get your hopes up too much for the difference that all this will make. The WLTP combined cycle fuel reading is up to 30.4 for the saloon and up to 29.4 for the estate. And the WLTP rated CO2 return is up to 212 grams per kilometre for a premium spec saloon. It's up to 216 grams for a premium spec estate. For the Night Edition Premium Plus Saloon, it's 215 grams per kilometre, and for the equivalent estate, like the one we have here, it's 219 grams per kilometre. Insurance is Group 43E. Do you really need a faster, more luxurious, full executive sector performance saloon or estate than this one? Probably not. That won't prevent this E53 4MATIC Plus model from being a super rare sight on our roads though. But if you are fortunate enough to be considering one, that'll all be part of the appeal. It's very, very fast, and this estate version is almost in a class of its own. It's vastly more powerful than a comparably sized Audi A6 Avant or a BMW 540i Touring, and it's vastly bigger than a comparably powerful Audi RS4 Avant. There are even coupe and cabriolet versions if you want a more exclusive feel. Thanks to 4MATIC all-wheel drive, AMG ride control and the AMG speed shift gearbox, this improved E53 feels more dynamic than any AMG fettled E-Class model before it, bar the wild V8 E63. You could spend twice as much as Mercedes is asking here and not really very much better what this car can offer in terms of performance, dynamic ability, luxury and even exclusivity. If you don't feel the need to and you find yourself in the market for a very quick, very plush luxury saloon or estate, then this one might be very hard to ignore.